Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
We go.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Wilson. That's caught by Hollister. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Gotta go, in and out. Let's go. 41. We've got a wedge down.
Here we go on 4th with Wilson. He's got Lockett. Now he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Buying time to his left. And this is incomplete. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete here. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Oh, yeah. Here we go again.
On 3rd down, Wilson. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Blanketed coverage by Houston. Makes it 4th down. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A really nice gain of 25 yards. Here's Watson, dancing to his left. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Out of the gun, Watson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. Flushed out right. They'll find Miller. That's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Now it's Watson. And he's got it. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number one.
Check right, check right. Shoot.
They'll run, Hyde, and he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Carlos Hyde, as the first half is winding down, and the Texans push further out in front. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Texans scoop it. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
No time now. 19. 25. 26.
Following the fumble recovery, Watson flush to his right. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people...
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
Switch. I'll go special.
From the gun, it's Wilson. The quick slant caught. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. From 3 yards out. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means
in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Credit the sack to Shaquem Griffin. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Now Watson. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, but they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw is Watson. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Watson going to stay out there as they'll go for it on 4th. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears try to go for it on 4th. They're going for it. It's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. And they're going to come up empty here on 4th down.
All the practice, all the training, all the meetings. In this situation, I know exactly what quarterbacks are taught. Take care of the football. That's job 1, paramount. Because you top it up here, you might be giving up 6 points real easy.
Tip of the cap to the defense, though, forcing the fumble. Flushed out right. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Well, you know you don't want to make a mistake in that area, so you make sure you make a smart throw. Throw it out towards the sidelines. If you overshoot your guy, so be it. It's just the incompletion that we saw there.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Watch the safety creep.
They'll toss it to Penny. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Here's Wilson. Flush to his right. It's complete to Lockett. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
Here's Wilson to throw. Eluding the pressure right toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. A give to Lynch from the shotgun. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The 2nd down play, not much better than the 1st. Just a gain of 1 there.
Go.
A gain of 1 yard on the play.
Look left.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. Who we got?
41 Mike, right here. 41 Mike.
On 3rd and goal, Wilson. Oh, it was hit at the line of scrimmage and intercepted. Picked off inside the 10.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
After the interception, here's Watson. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Watson now to throw. Forced out to his left. He's got Fuller. And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter of play. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on third down. From the gun, here's Watson. He finds his man Johnson. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. Fourth down. They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on fourth down. Here we go on fourth. Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. Watson now 5 straight completions here in this second half, 1st and 10. Again, it's Watson. He completes this into the hands of Miller.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Watson. Flushed out right. It's complete to Hopkins. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. Throwing now, Watson. And a catch made by Hopkins. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, his second touchdown.
I just got bags from Prada, rolling up. I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we pack up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Down from laughter. When they come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made a meal today and they my last one. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no off. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spin. Made it, kill it, and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. I'm moving too fast, I can't stop. Wiping it down with the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel. I'm closing the top when the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throwed and blinded my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mad dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Knowing you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no off. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spin. Made it, kill it, and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.